Hey, what's up guys? Cole aka Proximitty here, bringing you a brand new video today. Today, I am bringing you a commentary over some gameplay with a pickup squad that I am going to be attending HCS Las Vegas with I think it's HCS. It's an HCS tournament. I'm not sure what the name of it is, but the Vegas tournament, which is actually this weekend, I will be playing today as this video goes up in Vegas. It's exciting. I'm playing with this squad here, which is myself, Mobius, Sparrow, Dork, and Paradise. They needed a pickup. I just decided to get on pickup squad because none of my other teammates are able to play. So I'm just playing with these guys for this event. Bunch of cool dudes. Looking forward to playing with them. Should be good. This is just a gameplay we had from scrimming last night. This is actually a couple nights ago. I'm pre-recording this because, as you know, I'm in Vegas. I just mentioned that. But I realized going into this event, Vegas, that I went to UGC St. Louis and I still haven't posted anything to my channel about it. Now, I recorded a shit ton of footage at UGC, which is vlog footage. And Tyler and I, or Corpsic, have been meaning to sit down and like edit it together because he did a lot of the filming. He did the majority of the filming, so we wanted to like edit it together and kind of like do that, but we just really haven't got the chance. And so now I'm going into this event, and I don't even have a video where we're covering the last event. So I figured, why don't I talk about what happened at UGC St. Louis now? So, before the next event I attend, I feel like it's a good time to do it. So basically, if you guys don't know, I was with the Vital Squad, which was myself, Reclaimer, Corpsic, and Epoch. Epoch was unable to attend St. Louis. We found that out about a week in advance before the event. And so that's no big deal, personal reasons. He didn't do anything wrong. He didn't like screw us over. He just was not able to attend. And then Dallas was planning on going just to go, because, we were driving, and obviously he lives in the same town as us, so he was going to go. So we decided he was going to coach us, and then we decided he'd be a good pickup because we know Dallas is good. We know Dallas. We've played with them. We didn't want to have some random person. We didn't really have time to be looking for other teammates. We basically got to practice with Dallas. So it was myself, Reclaimer, Corpsic, Dallas, or Big Texas. We got to play with them for 2 nights. We had 2 nights to practice, like where we could all get online, and we only got to play for about 2 hours a night, and we weren't even able to find scrims. We only got to play matchmaking. So we played arena for 4 hours, basically, to prepare for this tournament. Basically, that's all the preparation we had. And we did terrible online. We were just getting destroyed. So we were, like, really skeptical. Like, not obviously to the point where we wouldn't go, but we were just scared of how we were going to perform at the event. We didn't know if we were going to go all the way there, drive 10.5 hours just to, get slapped around, lose twice, and then have to go home, So we were trying to avoid that, and we got to the event. We were actually prepared for the worst. We were making all sorts of jokes the whole time about how we were just going to lose and how that was going to be embarrassing, considering I know, I have you guys who like watching my videos and you're expecting us to, try to do well, and you're hoping or at least cheering us on, and you don't want to hear that we just went out there and got destroyed. So we were skeptical. This tournament structure is that there were 4 pro teams who had to buy into the pool play. The top 12 AM teams got into pools with the pros. So 1 pro team per pool. There's 4 groups of 4 for pools. And then the top 12 AM teams got sorted throughout. So we were trying to get into pool play was like the ultimate goal, because but we actually are no bullshit. Our goal was to not get double first rounded, or DFR'd for short, which basically means you lose and then you lose again and then you go home. That's it. So we were trying not to get DFR'd. That was our goal in life, and so that was our focus. But also would have been cool to get pool play. So we go in. The first matchup gets posted, and the group of guys that we were playing actually knew who we were and were like really awesome guys. They were like fans of ours. They came up and introduced themselves, and they were like, "Yo, Proximitty, I was hoping to meet you here, and I'm excited to get to play you." And they were really awesome. So shout out to those guys. Good games. We beat them 3-0. We actually capped on them on Fathom Flag with like 1 second left to beat them for the first map. It was a really close game, the first map. And then we actually did pretty well for the next 2, and we were able to beat them 3-0. So that was good. Then immediately after that, we had to play the number 1 seeded AM team, which is Most Wanted, which if you guys don't know who Most Wanted is, it's Lifestyle's team. If you're familiar with that, they're a really, really strong team, and they've been placing really well at the recent lands. They've been beating pro teams. They have a lot of pro teams respect. They're basically a pro team without being in the pro league. Needless to say, we lost. Actually, the Rig Strongholds was the first map. We started out, we were winning 27-15. And, we ended up actually beating, we didn't beat them. What am I saying? We started out 27-15. We were winning. We were doing all right. And then they got a swift 4 down, and then they just rotated our spawns and did a really good job of locking us down. So we lost, and then they slapped us in the next 2 maps, and it was no big deal. Fine. So we get sent to losers bracket. Unfortunate how we ended up having to play them next, but that is what it is. So then we sat around and we weren't allowed to leave the venue, or like we could have, but we didn't know when our matches were going to be, and we didn't want to leave and not be around. We hadn't eaten. We sat around. It's been like literally like 7 hours since we last played. And we still hadn't eaten, and we're dying. And we're like, oh my gosh, I literally might die here. And then we finally got our matches. Now keep in mind, we ate even a couple hours before, our previous matches. So it had been like 10 hours since we had eaten. So we hadn't eaten all morning, and then we've been sitting around at the venue for like 7 hours. It was a long day, and we finally got our matches. We watched the two teams play in the loser bracket. We were supposed to play the winners of those two teams. We watched the one team win, and then we played them. We 3-0'd them. Good games to those guys. One of them said good game Proximity to me, so he knew who I was. So shout out to you, man, if you watch this video. Good games. And then we immediately had to play our next match, and at this point, it was 11 and a half hours. I remember because it was so close to 12 hours before I'd eaten. It's 11 and a half hours of no food, and I was shaking. I couldn't keep my hands still. I was I was feeling the lack of food in my system, and I was finding it hard to focus. But that's no excuses. We were playing Break Strongholds first map. We were down 89-30, and we started pulling it back, and we lost that map 100-95. Unfortunately, we weren't able to clutch that out. We lost a Slayer 50-39. Those were really close. It was like a 2-kill game all the way up until 40 kills, and then they got the last power weapon rotation and beat us on that map. And then we just got 3-0'd in the Fathom Flag for third map. I was laughing because I remember in the Fathom Flag there was a moment when I was just like standing perfectly still in the map and like staring at my reticle, and I was just like zoned out. I just like couldn't focus, and I kind of given up in my own head at that point, if I'm being honest, just because I really wanted some food. But good games with those guys. That's not an excuse to say that we should have beaten them, because we could have beat those guys for sure, but they played well. I think if we would have played a little better, we definitely could have won. But at the same time, our goal was to not get DFR'd, and we managed to not get DFR'd, so that's all that matters. So that's where our tournament life ended. We got top 16 in the M bracket. So that's a pretty good placing. I was feeling pretty good about it. Out of all the open bracket teams there, we got top 16. Definitely better than getting DFR'd. And so that was our placing at UGC St. Louis. Now I'm excited to get into Vegas, which who knows how well we'll do. I started playing. I've had probably a total of 5 hours to play with this group of guys. I've never played with any of these guys before, but they're a bunch of cool guys, a bunch of talented players. We've done pretty well just with a little bit we've got to play together. So should be fun. I'm looking forward. I was just looking to have some fun and play 4v4. At this event, and so I'm getting to do that, thankfully, and just have a good time in Vegas. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and all that stuff. If you didn't, I'm sorry. Cheer us on, and yeah, okay, I'll talk to you guys later. Okay,